this is a really tough one for me. So you're gonna go with Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people were telling me to just go to Cleveland. I try to avoid Thursdays when possible, especially in this game against Tomlin as a dog in a division game with 25-mile-an-hour winds. I've talked to some people that are close with the Browns, by the way, and it says a really fragile team right now. So keep that in mind if they lose this game. But so I'm not going Browns. By the way, you have an information disadvantage if you go with a Thursday game. Like I was tweeting this out earlier on Friday. It's like Giselle makes Brady retire. Yeah, like Rogers goes on out into the jungle and does ayahuasca, like, and he's out for the game. So you don't know. There's things that could happen that just, now I'm playing this team. So as of right now, I'm avoiding the Eagles, which were a consideration, but I think a lot of people are going to be on them. Road division, but it's a road divisional game, bad spot. So I'm passing there. I don't trust the Bengals yet. Need to see something from their offensive line. I could see them losing that game. There's a team that has the regression, the close game regression coming. So it's like, what are the other options? Everything is like 4 below. A lot of coin flips. So yeah, I'm very confident in the Vikings getting it done at home, at least outright. Even if the Lions get in the back door here, I'm still safe. I think they will have even if this gets into a shootout, I think they will have one more answer than the Lions. So I'm going Vikings because I had the Chargers here when I map out the entire season. I had the Chargers for this week at home against the Jags. Now the Jags look better than I thought they were going to be, and I have the Jags to win the division, which looks really good, by the way. But really impressed with the Jags defense last week. But I don't know if Herbert's going to play. Now, if Herbert is like full go, I don't know how I'll ever be able to confirm that, but also Keenan Allen, also 2 of their starting offensive linemen.
And that's big because if the linemen aren't healthy, then you might be more careful with Herbert, or either that or he takes a shot and has to come out anyway. So either way, it's not a good situation informationally.
Yeah, because if you sit out Herbert here, which I'm it's such a tough division. You don't want to risk dropping any game. But if you sit out Herbert, he gets like 17 days of rest to heal, because they played last Thursday. But if he gets knocked out, or then all of a sudden, Chase Daniel, your survivor hopes are in Chase Daniel. That can happen with any quarterback any week, but like he's dealing with injury. We don't even know if he's going to play yet. So yeah, I think as of right now, the safest pick for me is the Vikings. I also like, from a game theory perspective, that I don't think a ton of people will pick it. So I think this week could be like a slaughterhouse. Hopefully I don't get slaughtered. But I could see, especially if Herbert doesn't play or is banged up, but I could see a lot of people going down. And I think a lot of people are going to default to the Bengals here. And just because it's like, they went to the Super Bowl, they can't go 0-3. I can see them dropping this game. So I'm going to put my faith in Kirk Cousins. And I don't think a lot of other people want to against the upstart Lions, but that's where I decided I'm rolling. And I'm okay with burning the Vikings based on where I had them projected before I was able to replace them and swap out my projection.
This is tough. I'm going to make my pick on the spot. I plan to pick the Chargers as well. I think I'm going to go the Bengals here because just gut feel. I see more danger in this Lions-Vikings game than
the Bengals. Of Dan Campbell.
I mean, hey, like I was always high on the Lions, though. Like not because of Hard Knocks or anything like that. I just think that the Lions can play offense, and that's kind of the Vikings' strength. And so I just see like there's a shootout, whereas like the Bengals could also get into a shootout. But I do think, number one, you got the bounce back spot, but number two, and they've had that for the second week, so not guaranteed, obviously. But number two, you could kind of fuck a lot of people that already got eliminated with the Bengals by using them last week and just keep going with that. And three, I feel like it's a big revenge spot for the Bengals because remember, the Jets upset them with Mike White at quarterback last year. So I think you're going to get like peak Bengals effort, kind of like Colts in this Chiefs game. Like you're just going to get peak effort. Now, I would never pick the Colts, but I wouldn't take the Chiefs either. I'm going to go Bengals. So at least hopefully one of us moves on to week 4. If we choose the same team, then could just both go down. So give me the Bengals.
It's time for Jared Goff to remind everyone that he's Jared Goff.
Hey man, this is not with the Amon-Ra St. Brown. This dude 8 catches and a touchdown every week. So I just have a lot of respect for the Lions offense, but Yeah, it is Jared Goff, but I got Joey Burrow against Joe Flacco. Talk about some regression to the mean. I mean, we haven't seen the real one of either of those guys either this year. So
Yeah, but we talked about Herbert going down. If Flacco goes down, you get the Bengals kryptonite coming in. Mike White.
Oh my God, I'm more worried about Joe Burrow going down the way he's getting pummeled. I mean, this is going back to his rookie year again. So
by the way, this is a really similar situation where survivor entries got slaughtered by the Jets. It's really I wonder if people have trauma that had neither of us did it. But so many people had the Bengals that went up and they were playing Mike White as a backup Jets quarterback. And so I wonder if there's people out there that did it that have trauma, but I think there's going to be a lot of people going with the Bengals. I'm so curious to see the splits because you also, a lot of these, you don't have to put them into the weekend. So maybe we get more concrete Herbert news, but it's like,
yeah, that's true.
If you had to guess who the number one pick is, who do you think it is? Like the most used pick in most pools?
I would say
Chargers.
I would say Chargers, just because I think it's unlike, like, they're calling Herbert day to day, but I think there's enough.
They probably wouldn't rule him out right beforehand.
Right. But I mean, I'm just going like, let's just say questionable players play 70% of the time, 70% chance that Herbert plays and all of those other guys play as well. Yeah, I think I would still, like, if I had to put money on who would be the most popular, I would still go Chargers. If not, I do think it would be the Bengals over the Vikings though.